YouTube? This is PZZSCN here. So, it is really hard to believe that tomorrow is the last day of 2013. Seriously, where has this year gone? I mean, wow, that was really fast, I have to say. But, you know, 2 days we'll be starting up a brand new year, 2014, and frankly, I cannot wait. 2014 is going to be a great year. This year is actually a really good year as well. There's really nothing bad. You know, I mean, there's mainly one or two things that might have happened to me that were kind of bad in my own personal life, but really, overall, this year has been one of my best years. I actually really have liked the year 2013 a lot more than I thought, especially since it has the number 13 in it. I was actually really a little concerned about that. No, not really. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm superstitious, but you know, just I kind of joked about it a little bit, and honestly, it's been a really fantastic year. So, yeah. Anyways, being that 2013 is ending tomorrow, I have been thinking lately, and I have a few little New Year's resolutions and a few little changes that I want to make to this channel for 2014. So, yeah, I've actually been thinking about this quite a lot. I mean, I started thinking about this probably back in October. You know, what do I want to do differently for next year? And the changes that I have, they're really quite simple. They're nothing really all that major, except for maybe one of them. But, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I actually really have 3 main changes that I'm looking to make. And why don't we go ahead and get started with, which one do I want to start with? Because there's 3 of them and I don't know which one to start with. You know what, let's actually start with the big one, shall we? Let's start with the most major one. This change is going to affect some of my videos in a pretty big way. Alright, this might actually be the biggest, you know, even though this is a fairly simple set of changes, this might also be the most major set of changes that I've ever come up with on my channel. But no need to worry, because the channel is really not going to change that much. So don't worry about it. But as I'm saying, let's go ahead and let's get into the biggest changes, or the biggest change first. This is mainly going to affect things like reviews, certain tutorials, you know, just certain videos of, you know, that would benefit from something like this. Alright? Now, back in June, I think it was maybe late June, maybe even early July. I think it actually was late June, maybe June 28th. I can't quite remember. But, who cares about the date? All that's important is that back in June, I uploaded a review of this lovely machine here. Alright? This is my 15-inch MacBook Pro that I received as a graduation present. I am still extremely grateful for this, let me tell you. Alright? I uploaded a review for this. Now, the thing is that review was completely different from any other review that I've shot in the past, okay? I went all out with this review. And here's something that I noticed. This has been also very consistent. Since I've uploaded that review, the comments that I've received have been honestly astonishing, okay? Consistently, people are telling me, dude, this is the best review on YouTube. And I'm not saying that to sound biased towards myself. I'm saying that because you guys are saying that. People are telling me constantly, consistently, just about every single comment that I get, dude, this is the best review of this product on YouTube. And then they go so far as to say, it's a shame that it's only got like 2,000 views or something. Like, I think that's insane. Like, 2,000 views is ridiculously good in my opinion. Or is it 2,000 views? I honestly can't remember if it's... I can't remember how many views it has actually, but you know, it does have a pretty high number of views from me. Like, I'm pretty happy with the view count, let me tell you that. But people are saying, dude, this is like, how has this not been seen by more people? This is the best review on YouTube. And that's consistent. I can't get over that. And that really means a heck of a lot to me. What this also means to me, though, is that I did something right in that video, okay? That video was made correctly, I guess, if you will. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making my reviews more like that review, okay? Now, this isn't going to affect every single review that I do. This is specifically, you know, more so specifically going to affect things like tech reviews and, you know, maybe comparisons, or really, honestly, if the video seems like it would benefit from having a video like that, then it's going to get a video like that, okay? And what I'm going to start doing pretty much immediately is I'm going to, sometime today, I'm going to go through my uploads list and I'm going to look and see what videos I have uploaded that have gotten a lot of views and that are still relevant today, and that people are saying, dude, you absolutely butchered this video. You should, like, stop making YouTube videos right this instant. I do have quite a few videos like that, and one of the ones that's really been on my mind lately is, I'm going to be careful with this because it's going to turn the screensaver off, my Magic Trackpad versus Magic Mouse video. Alright? This is going to be the first video that I redo. Okay? Yes, I'm going to be remaking a few of those videos. And this video is going to get a video a lot like my MacBook Pro review. It's going to be a very similar style. In fact, I'm going to make it using the same process. Now, this process is involved. It takes a long time to make a video like that. What that means is that I am going to be is that whenever I'm making a video like that, there's not going to be a whole heck of a lot of videos. I mean, I can still make videos in, you know, during the making of the process of making the video, if you know what I mean. But here's the deal. The video that I made on my Mac right here, that took me about a week to make. No lie. That took me about a week. From start to finish. Okay, now it could have taken me less, but it took me a week. I took my time on it. You know, I worked on it until I was honestly like, you know what, I've worked on this enough for today. It could have been, you know, I could have worked on it for maybe an hour. I could have worked on it for 3 hours. Once I got tired of it, I stopped. There's no rush in making this video. That's the thing. There really needs to be no rush in making a video like this. I mean, yeah, do set deadlines for yourself, but don't at the same time. Because if you set your deadline to be too soon, then you might find yourself rushing a video that would ultimately, you know, have probably turned out better if you hadn't rushed it. So, you know, but there's really no set deadline for videos like that. So, it took me overall about a week. Honestly, if I had worked solidly throughout it, I probably could have gotten the video done in maybe 4 hours, maybe 5 hours of just solid, constant, non-stop work. Okay? And, yeah. I might even consider making a video on sort of how to make a video like that for anybody who might be interested, but we'll see about that. But I mean, it was involved. It took a lot of work. I had to write. Well, first thing I had to do is I had to brainstorm the crap out of this thing. Okay, I had to brainstorm things that, all right, what, you know, good, bad, things I like, things I don't like, what should I talk about, this and that and the other. You know, basically, you know, if you've ever heard of the term free writing in your English classes, if you ever had to write a paper, honestly, free writing is a friggin' godsend in my opinion. I love free writing, and that's one way to do it. And then you have to compile your thoughts into sort of an outline, and then after that you have to actually go through, and it's really an involved process. Actually, I didn't really go through and make an outline per se. I actually really started off by just writing out the actual script, but you know, I'm sort of seeing myself maybe taking more so that approach, where I start off with a really big brainstorming session where I just go in and non-stop, the key is non-stop, write for 5 minutes or 10 minutes straight about the thing, or about what you're going to make a video about. And you'll have a really garbled up mess, you know, grammar is out of the question in this bit. You'll have a really big garbled up mess that you'll then have to organize into a proper outline that you'll then be able to write a script about, and then you'll need to go in and you'll need to write down, okay, there's this, I need to make sure that I have a visual representation of what I'm talking about here. Okay, so then I'll go in and I'll write down, okay, take a picture of the Magic Trackpad at a side profile, or something like that, when I'm talking about something that will be relevant to that. And so that's sort of the way that it works. Don't wake up. So yeah, basically, and then after that, I'll go in, I'll take the pictures, and then I'll also, I'll write the script out, I'll actually really sort of take the pictures as I'm writing out the script. And then once the script is written out, I'll go in and I'll plug in my headphones, then I'll actually read the script into a voice recorder, and that's just going to be a single take, one shot through, because the great thing about it is that I can edit it. So if I say or if I stumble on a word or anything like that, I will then be able to go in, edit it out, get it perfect, and then after that, I'll compile the whole thing together into a video, and bam, there you go. You have a freaking awesome video. And I think that this is going to be a positive step for me. Like I say, that is a lot of work. I don't even know if I mentioned everything. I think I did though. But yeah, that is going to be how I make most of the videos that are going to, that, like I say, I don't really know specifically what videos could benefit from it, but the videos that will benefit from it, if I find that when I'm making the video, okay, this is really rambly, I will stop, and then I will make the video like that, if I feel that that's possible, alright? So, yeah, there we go. So, that is going to be the biggest change for the channel, is that inspired from the review of this, and honestly I don't know if this is completely washed out to you guys or not, but inspired from the review from this, or I'm going to take inspiration, I should say, from this thing's review, and I'm going to apply that to future reviews, at least most future reviews. So yeah. Oh yeah, another video that I might consider doing is like that actually, is actually a Zippo Armor review, because that video, my Zippo Armor review is terrible. I'm serious, it is. I watched it. It's bad. It's really bad. I need to go through and remake that. So I'll probably do it the same way. I'll probably go in, write out the script, take pictures, all that jazz, and it'll be just like that. And I think it will look really nice, and it'll come out looking really good. And it'll be short. That's the key. It'll actually be really short. Which actually brings me to my next change. We're done with that change. That is the most major change of the channel. But like I say, it's not going to affect a large percentage of my videos, but it is going to definitely have an effect, because I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be taking videos like that much more seriously. I'm going to work on the professionalism of my videos. So, you should see more of an overall professional style, I guess, of videos. Like, I'm going to try and really work on upping the professionalism. We'll see how I go about doing that. I'm not really sure yet, but, just as things come to me, I'll try them, and if it works, then I'll, it's really, this year is also going to be sort of an experimentation year, because I'm actually really going to start stepping up, really the level of professionalism in my videos, because I think it is a little bit important. So, I am still going to have fun with it, but it's also going to be a little bit more serious, if you know what I mean. So the next thing I want to get into, the next change, is that, as you can see from this video, because I imagine this video is definitely suffering from this, but as you know from my videos, they tend to be a little bit lengthy. This is a very common problem for me, and I want to change that. I'm going to start trying to make my videos a little bit shorter, alright? And honestly, how I'm going to go about doing this? We'll see. I'm really going to be working on just not going off on very many tangents. In fact, really, the change that I'm talking about now is really kind of going to blend in with the next change. So, though they kind of go together. But, I'm really going to try and not repeat myself. I'm really going to try and not over-elaborate on simple terminology or simple concepts. I have some videos. A very, very good example of this is actually my review of the coated Zippos. I spent like the first 8 minutes of that video talking about how fingerprint resistant they are. 8 minutes? Are you serious? 8 minutes? No. That should be a minute at most. Like, seriously. I could have spit everything that I spit out in a minute. Like, I don't know why it took me 8 minutes. But it did. So I'm going to really try and work on that. And also, I do want to go ahead and bring up that I'm not, I don't want people to come into the comment section of this video saying, dude, stop beating yourself up over this. I mean, it's fine. It's okay that it's long. I mean, no. In my opinion, yeah, I might be overreacting to it a little bit, like, oh my gosh, how is that 8 minutes of just talking about fingerprints and actually, like, stamping my thumb against it, you know what I mean? But, in my opinion, that is a little bit on the unacceptable side. In my opinion, okay? You can think that it's fine. I'm actually really grateful that you find it okay. I mean, I'm happy that you find it okay. The thing is that I don't. I think I could have done better. So I am going to do better, okay? I'm really going to be working on making my videos shorter, less repetitive, less rambly. I'm going to try and leave out some of the more obvious details, like, for instance, here we have my MacBook. As you can see, it's clearly a laptop. A laptop, in my opinion, is a true all-in-one because it not only includes a screen, but it also includes the keyboard and mouse all-in-one. It is also a clamshell, and it's made of aluminum, and it's nice, and yeah, and stuff like that, Everybody and their mom knows that stuff, okay? Everybody and their mom knows that this is a laptop. Actually, that thing I threw out there that is a true all-in-one is actually an opinion of mine. I do think that it's a little funny that these things are called all-in-ones because they're not all in one. They're actually all in three. I don't know, just a pet peeve of mine. But anyways, yeah. So stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways. Basically, yeah, I'm going to be working on making my videos shorter, so get more to the point, and if, like I say, and one thing I'm also going to be doing is that to make sure that my videos are shorter, I'm going to be having a mental time limit in my mind, I guess, of 20 minutes. 20 minutes is the most, okay? Now, 20 minutes is a long video. That's a very long video. Some videos will probably require more than 20 minutes. If that's the case, if I feel that this video really should be longer than 20 minutes, it will be longer than 20 minutes. So, there you go. Okay, so that's enough on the video length. Let's go ahead and let's get into the next thing. Like I say, these two things kind of go together. This is actually my final change that I've come up with, and I think that it's actually going to be really important, and it will also help me in real life. Not just YouTube. This is actually going to benefit me in real life. And that is that I'm going to work on my speech, okay? My speech is kind of bad. It's actually really kind of bad. And this is actually kind of funny because for the first time, this year for the first time, it has been brought to my attention that I tend to say the words, you know, way too often. And guys, I never even noticed that. Like, that's never been a concern to me. But then one day I get a comment on my video where someone says, dude, you've been saying the words you know for the past, like, 10 minutes. You've been saying the words you know for, like, 10 times in the past minute. Like, are you serious? He's like, work on not saying you know. And I'm like, oh, wow. There we go. I really do say you know a lot. And it's really started to annoy me. And I've really been trying to be more conscious about it. And, there we go again. So, I'm really trying to be more conscious about it. And this upcoming year, 2014, I'm really, really going to be more conscious about it. And I am going to try to eliminate that. Now, it's not only the words you know, it's really my speech in general. I tend to find that I talk really fast, okay? I tend to talk way too fast. And when I talk fast, I slur my words, they get really slurred, and, it's going to take a while. You guys are going to have to forgive me on the whole thing. It's going to take a long time, but trust me, I will be working on it. It's just been such a habit. It's so ingrained in me now that I had no idea that I was doing it. So you're going to have to forgive me on it, okay? The words are going to be here for a little while, but I'm really going to be working on getting rid of them, okay? They are not welcome, so I'm going to try and get them out of here. But another thing, and there I go again. But another thing that I'm going to work on, as I said, is slowing my speech down. Alright, I really need to work on slowing my speech down. I need to work on clearing up my words, separating them out more, making them a little bit more defined, a little bit more, crisp. I don't know. But I really need to work on not slurring my words together, and you really need to work on not mixing them together, mixing them together, because you typically just get something that sounds kind of, well, you don't know what I'm saying. So, and I think that I really need to work on that, because honestly, one of my pet peeves, in real life is when I just did it again. I'm going to stop actually pointing that out, because I imagine it's getting annoying. But one of my pet peeves in real life is when people actually talk really fast. I know a girl who talks so fast, she could probably spit out an entire Shakespeare play in the span of an hour. Like, she speaks really fast. You have to, when she talks to you, you really have to make sure you're listening to her, because if you don't, you will miss an entire paragraph in the span of 30 seconds. I mean, it's absurd how fast she talks. It's a little bit scary, actually. And honestly, she's a funny girl. I really do enjoy being with her. I haven't actually seen her because she's still at the high school, and I haven't seen her since last year. But she is a very funny girl, and I did enjoy talking to her. But I couldn't really understand her because she talks so freaking fast. So, I really need to work on my own speech speed. That, in my opinion, is going to be a pretty good thing to work on. And I have a feeling, this is my own mental thinking, is that if I slow my speech down, what it'll do is that as I'm talking, it'll give my brain more of an ability to actually process what to say next. It'll give it more time, and then I will be able to maybe not have so many sidetracks. You know what I mean? So if I can work on my speech and get more direct and more to the point, I might even go so far as to make a little bit, like a very simple outline, like 1 or 2 words long per item, just to help keep me on the right track. Maybe spend at most 5 minutes talking about this or something like that. I don't know. We'll see what I do. So I'm really going to work on the length of my videos and as well as how I speak. Now, like I say, I don't really have a definite method for working on the length of my videos, but I will figure it out, okay? That's the thing. This is going to be an experimentation year. I'm really going to be trying new things. I'm going to be really, trying new techniques, trying different ways of going about explaining things, different ways of approaching videos and whatnot. So you'll still get the same type of videos from me, but they might be a little bit shorter, because honestly, I'm starting to find that, yes, long videos are a little bit on the ridiculous side, and hopefully that will just be a better thing overall. And so another thing that I would like to do, and I know I said this for this year, but I actually wound up not doing it, but if I can get to a pretty decent, level of, consistent short videos and professional videos, like I say, professional videos, I really am going to try and shoot for more of a professional flair in my videos, if you know what I mean. They're not really going to, like I say, they're not really going to change content-wise, they're just going to be more to the point. So, but once I can really get to the point where I feel that I'm really doing a good job, where I'm making a quality video, a video that people are all going to enjoy, a video that people aren't going to complain, oh, it's too long, or excuse me, sorry about that, where people are complaining, oh, this is too long, this is, you're explaining things like twice in a row and blah blah blah. I mean, once I feel like I can really work on that, and I mean, I will still get complaints. I mean, there are still trolls on the internet, but like I say, you know, once it's pretty much the only complaints are troll complaints, I guess. Once that happens, then I know that I've got something going, okay? Once all the complaints are just purely troll complaints, then I know I've got something going, and I might invest in nicer equipment. I've had this camera that I'm shooting with right now for the past 5 years. What? Yeah, 5 years. It's been 5 years since I bought that camera. Wow. I actually bought it really, you know, around this time, in 2010. 2010. Wait, 2009. So that would mean it's been 4 years. Okay, so it's been 4 years. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, I've had this camera for quite a while. So it would be nice to upgrade, get something a little bit nicer. So we will see about that. If everything is going well, if I feel that I can make a quality video, then yes, I will be upgrading this camera to something a little bit better, because it needs to be replaced anyways as it is. But I'm going to still continue to use it until I feel that I could benefit from something better.